Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 Let's Play. And this is it, ladies and gentlemen. We're ending Silver the Hedgehog's playthrough with this video. It's all 20-something minutes of it. I don't remember off the top of my head at the moment, but anyway. We are in Flame Core, because the Silver apparently now has some idea to get rid of Iblis once and for all in the future, instead of going back into the past and trapping it where it was most vulnerable. But hey, I guess Silver likes to give himself a challenge in the most stupidest way possible, but nothing we can do about it now. We're already here, so let's just get this son of a bitch started. Now, Flame Core, going back and looking at the footage, is definitely Silver's longest level in the entire game. There is a lot to do in Flame Core, and most of it involves, picking stuff up and throwing it at enemies, but because Flame Core is very wide open in terms of like where the platforms are located and just how much they want you to do, it is without a doubt Silver's longest level. And for a final level, okay, it kind of makes sense, but when you play this game as many times as I have, it just drags out, and I was not looking forward to this level. It's not hard, it's just long, and that's really the only thing I can say about this level. It does have a few of its own unique gimmicks that we'll be getting to later that Sonic and Shadow won't ever have to worry about. We'll be seeing more of that though in the later half of this stage. But in terms of like the first half, it's pretty much the same areas we've been going through with Sonic and Shadow. It's just, you're Silver, so you're not as fast, and you have a lot more enemies to kill. So as of uploading this video, I realized that YouTube has changed the new layout style in all the channels. Every single channel now has the new layout. Not a big fan of it, but I will get used to it. I'm already tinkering here and there with a few things with this channel and the main channel. And well, they shouldn't take too long. I mean, yeah, change is difficult to deal with. Well, some things more than others, but, a lot of people don't like this layout change. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not going to lose my hair over it, because, well, I'm already losing my hair. I'll get used to it. Gonna spruce up the channel a bit, too. Right now, I'm in the process of making new background images for this channel, and a new background image for my main channel, because I want to, make the channel look nice and good when I finally start making some more videos for my review channel, because I know a lot of you guys have been asking me about that. And what? All I can say at this point is that March is pretty much the very last month I should ever be, well, inactive, I should say. Okay. Well, at this point, because I mentioned earlier that in terms of the main channel, I'm not going to do anything else until I finish the animation. That is my main priority at the moment, because you guys have been waiting so long for that, and I'm almost done. Thank God, I'm almost done. Because at this point, in terms of any other animations, I am making them micro animations, stuff that you can enjoy in short bursts. But I'm saving that for my animation channel, which I still haven't given a name yet, but I'll get to it. Yeah. That's pretty much all I can say about that. Flame Core in itself, in terms of the platforming areas, is much easier with Silver because of his hovering ability. So, you can pretty much bum rush all the stalactites floating in the lava, because, if you feel like you missed a jump, just hover in the air and just reposition yourself. It's really not that complicated at all. Pretty much the only video that I have following up after this one is the credits video for Silver. I'm not gonna bother making final thoughts and shit like that, because I've already explained well enough what I don't like and what I do like about Silver the Hedgehog's gameplay. So it would just seem a bit redundant, and I'm probably not gonna be doing that for Shadows either, because, well, it just, that's extra time I could be using to spend on. Okay, that's extra time I could be using to spend on other things, and I think you guys already get what I like and don't like about Silver the Hedgehog's gameplay. So yeah, pretty much the next part is just going to be maybe a few extra things I maybe want to show off. I'm still in the process of searching for that. and then I will show off Silver's main theme of the game, which is Dreams of an Absolution. Really good song, but I'll say that for the next part. Oh, that damn Firebird was doing a barrel roll to the extreme.
I guess that's done.
As of this video, I'm also in the process of recording Shadows footage. Been practicing the hell out of the side missions because, like I mentioned earlier, I find Shadow side missions the most bullshit out of Sonic and Silver side missions. Not because of... It's just, they all tend to really drag out. A lot of them are like multiple task sort side missions, like do this for this one person, and then do this thing for another person, and then do this thing for another person again, do that 3 more times, and then do 6 things for this person right here, and it just... I could probably make a 10-part Let's Play off Shadow's side missions alone. So needless to say, if I'm going to be doing a fuck ton of editing for Shadow's Let's Play, Shadow's playthrough, I should say. The levels themselves, Shadow's levels are... I have an easier time going with Shadow's levels than I do Silver or anything like that, because, you know, he's pretty much Sonic, only just a bit more emphasis on combat, and to me it's a bit easier to deal with. But damn, those side missions, man. But after Shadow's playthrough, that just leaves the last story, and we finally get this godforsaken LP over with. I'm also in the process of editing up the Genma Onimusha part, so I have something to immediately upload once this LP is over. And editing Genma Onimusha is a hell of a lot easier than this game, because everything's all up and ready to go. All I gotta do is export the clip, and that's it. And we are not even at the second half of the Flame Core yet. At this point, I pretty much lost total interest in Silver's playthrough. I mean, at this point of the game, we've done everything I've could. Yeah, actually, I would say that this part of Flame Core is the most annoying, because if you recall in Sonic's playthrough of Flame Core, before heading into the volcano, he was being constantly pestered by these little meteorites. Well, in Silver's portions, they're all over the goddamn level, and well, you know, because of the way the camera's set up and the way how fast the meteorites fall, you know, I guess I should say chunks of rock, but it's impossible to determine where they're gonna land. And you know, it's the equivalent of some random enemy popping in right in front of you and taking some of your rings, and it's really annoying. The only thing I can recommend, though, is to just ignore everything that's in front of you right here, because we're pretty much at the second half of Flame Core. So just ignore all the enemies. Like, don't waste your time on them, and just head straight into the volcano, because the second half is certainly a little more bearable than the first half, but just as long. Come on, Silver. There you go. Jesus Christ. One of the only instances where I wish a dash pad was there. Now we're in the second half of Flame Core, and this is, well, at least the music's taking a turn for the better. No, I mean, I'm kind of indifferent to Flame Core's Act 1 music. Act 2, though, on the other hand, is I love this theme so much.
Concentrate your power on the light, and it will show you the way.
The first half of the volcanic part of Flame Core is pretty similar to what we've already done. It's not until the second half where things get radically different for Silver, because Silver has a completely different objective for Flame Core, unlike what Sonic had to do. And we'll be getting into that segment later, because as you see in this area, I think there are like 3 doors, or probably 2 doors. One opens for Silver exclusively, and the other one is what Sonic and Shadow have to go through. But actually, it's very possible for Sonic to glitch into Silver's part of Flame Core, and I think I realized why the load times. To me, it's only one of the reasons why the load times have to be so long in the first place, because in the case with this game, when they're loading up a level, they're loading up everything in terms of what's inside the level itself. Like, I said it's possible for Sonic to glitch into Silver's area. Well, why would Silver's area be loaded up in the first place if Sonic shouldn't be able to get into it? this game unloads a lot of... This game loads up a lot of things that shouldn't need to be loaded in the first place. And if you can get Sonic into Silver's area, it's the entire large area that we'll be getting into at the later half of the game, and it's all empty and desolate. Like all the level design is still there, but you know there's no lava on the floor, so it looks like a giant bottomless pit. Kind of creepy, to be honest. But why, in terms of Sonic and Shadow's playthrough, why would you load Silver's area up if they're not supposed to get there in the first place? You know, isn't that what, you know, locked doors and invisible walls are for? And it's another reason why, in the Sonic versus Silver fight, the load times are so long because during the Sonic versus Silver fight in Soliana's town, they load up the entire hub world. And well, why? I mean, there's no need for that. I mean, you already encased us in an invisible box, so it's impossible to go anywhere, assuming you don't get you don't use the glitches, of course. But in the case of like a boss fight, just load up an entirely separate area for the boss fight, so we don't have to, you know, take 20 to 25 seconds to load up an entire hub world. It's actually, if you recall, during the Silver vs. Shadow boss fight, it loaded up a completely unique area to Radical Train for the boss fight, and that's how it should have been done. Don't just take the hub world and put us in invisible boxes so we can't go anywhere. You're gonna make the load times longer than necessary, and it's just ugly to look at. If you had to put the boss fight in Soliana's town, you could at least had Silver like encase Sonic and himself in some kind of, you know, psychokinetic barrier so that Sonic couldn't escape, or, you know, put a fuck ton of debris around the entire arena so Sonic couldn't get anywhere. That would have made sense, but not an invisible box. Yeah. Load times are long because you're loading up things that do not need to be loaded. That's for the too long didn't listen part. Okay, but now here we are with one of the unique things about Silver's Flame Core is this ball right here is, well, I'm not exactly sure what this thing is supposed to be. Is it Iblis? I'm not sure. But the fact of the matter is, you have to climb up all these stalactites while keeping an eye out for Iblis's shockwave attack. If the shockwave hits you, well, you're gonna lose rings, obviously, but you don't want it to hit you while you're in midair because you will fall to your death. Pretty much when the Iblis ball is at the pinnacle of its glow, that means it's about to launch the shockwave. So just keep an eye out on the ball, and you should be fine. You stand behind these little rock formations, and you shouldn't get hit by the sound wave. Yeah, I'm going on the sound wave now. And this is what happens if you don't do it. See that? I got interrupted, and now I am going to fall to my death. Yeah. You want to take your time there. You know, don't bum rush it like I was trying to do there because I just want to get this playthrough over with. But after this point, I just... In terms of like the future games that I want to do for this channel, well, Sonic games I should say, after this game I'm going back to you know, the next 3D game I'm doing after this is Sonic Adventure. I'm going back to the beginning of this because I'm never letting you assholes request a game ever again. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'll let you guys you know, when I want you guys to, I'll let you choose the next game I want to do. But in terms of the Sonic universe, I'm doing Sonic Adventure next for the next 3D game. Not necessarily the next Sonic game we're gonna do, but the next 3D Sonic game, it's gonna be Adventure, and then we'll you know, move on from there. But in terms of the next Sonic game I want to do, I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of leaning towards Spinball, but there's still a few things we gotta do. Like Elliot still has to do his Tails run of Sonic 2 and 3. Elliot, I kind of want to get a Tails run of Sonic CD 2 because the new Xbox Live port, just to see how Elliot will fare, because I know you guys like making fun of him. But no, actually, Elliot's not that bad in Sonic 2 and 3 to begin with. And we still have to do the Knuckles run in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But that's for a later date. Anyway, use your psychokinesis on the Iblis ball and it crumbles, and that's the end of the level because that, once the debris clips through the floor, the gold ring will materialize over there. Not here. It couldn't have done it here. And that would be the end of the level.
Now all I have to do is take him down.
I don't understand the point of this cavern right here. You could have just had the gold ring materialize in the center where the ball was, but I guess they really want to rub in the fact just how slow Silver is. Like, you're not playing as Sonic, and we want you to remind you. And that is the end of Flame Core. That is the last Silver level. All that's left to do is destroy Iblis, and that is the end of this playthrough.
Come on, Iblis! This time I'll finally stop you!
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the final boss of Silver the Hedgehog's playthrough. This is Iblis Phase 3. And the title card just said Iblis, but this is pretty much the third iteration of the fight. And this looks like, a creature that could fuck me up. We saw what he looked like in the beginning of the playthrough, where he was pretty menacing looking, but a bit naked. And then the Iblis form, I have no idea what the fuck that was supposed to be. I had no idea what the fuck that's supposed to be about anyway. In this form, yeah, okay, I get a threat out of this one, especially. More than the first form, a hell of a lot more than the second form. But he's pathetically easy. And so what's the solution? We throw shit at him. Every once in a while, Iblis will materialize a lot of meteorites that you can grab with your psychokinesis and just lunge them right back at him. And then he will start meditating. I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be, and he'll start shooting shockwaves. And sometimes the shockwaves are high, sometimes the shockwaves are low. Jump over the low ones and just stand under the high ones. It's kind of hard to judge where exactly they are, so the only thing I can recommend is that you just stay still for a little bit and get a good position where they're coming from there, and you should be fine. Actually, looking back at it, I'm guessing Iblis Phase 3 was a fan of Yoshi's Island, because I'm getting a lot of Bowser vibes. Well, baby Bowser vibes, I should say, because this boss fight's kind of similar to that. Iblis is slowly coming towards the foothold, and he's going to destroy it if you don't hit him enough times. Though, honestly, it's not as I wouldn't say it's as tense as the Baby Bowser fight, because if Baby Bowser got close to the foothold where you are in the first place, that's it. It's game over. When Iblis gets close enough to the foothold, he'll destroy part of it, and then he'll start backing up. Assuming you use the psychokinesis on his head. Speaking of which, why does he have a psychokinesis mark on his head in the first place? And of course, one of his ultimate attacks is to throw this really large chunk of molten lava at you, but you can grab with the psychokinesis, by the way. Look, that thing is fucking enormous. Why can't I grab other large things like that in the level? That is the best part of the fight, is grabbing that huge-ass ball of fire and chucking it right back at him. I love that. But we can't do anything like that in the main game. Like in the Egg Genesis fight, why can't I grab, Egg Genesis wings with Silver Psychokinesis and, rip them out of the main area? That would be fun. And it's inconsistencies like that that just bug me. But for a final boss fight, it's really nothing to write home about. I think the Ape Wyvern is a more difficult boss fight. You just hover there, use psychokinesis, and then his head explodes. What the hell did I do there? And then the meteorites fall for no particular reason. Then you just start taking your time and chuck the meteorites at his head, and that is the end of the Iblis boss fight, ladies and gentlemen. Yes! With that, we've completed Silver the Hedgehog's playthrough, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Thank God. And I still didn't get an S rank. Motherfucker. I'm seriously considering editing out the gold medal parts.
Chaos Emeralds, lend me your power. Eternal Sun, the living flame that has been entrusted to the royal family. Fall into slumber with my soul, Iblis, you cursed flames of disaster! No! Why won't it accept me as the vessel? Blaze!
I'll take Iblis. Don't worry. My soul is already alit with flames. I will be accepted. Come on, make it quick. Use your chaos control to stop time. Then seal us into a different dimension.
No! I can't do that to you.
Didn't we already go through this? We agreed to save the world at any price!
I can't! I wouldn't know what to do without you! You fought alongside me to save the world! You're my friend, right?
You're still so naive. But I've always liked that about you.
Blaze!
Good luck, Silver!
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of Silver the Hedgehog's playthrough for the Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 Let's Play. So for the next part, if I can find anything interesting to talk about, I will showcase some extra things, and I will showcase Silver the Hedgehog's credit music, which is Dreams of an Absolution. Looking back, though, what was the point of Blaze the cat being in the story in the first place? She does nothing in the entire story except for that ending sequence right there. It's like she merely exists to become the new host of Iblis, and she disappears after that. Never to be seen again. That is the last time we'll see Blaze the cat ever in this game. What was the point of bringing Blaze in the first place? I really don't know. Anyway, folks, see you guys for the extra video.